Alright guys, as you can see, this is my game that I've been working on. This game will be ported to the SNES, as it says in the title of the video. This game is currently running in the browser. It was ported, it was originally a C program made in like 2003, 2004, and yeah, so I've taken that game and I've ported it to JavaScript and HTML5, and as you can see, it's running quite nicely now. It's really good having C programs, because C programs naturally port well over, you know, they're easy to port to JavaScript if you know what you're doing. So yeah, this is the game. It's called Keera's Pishdi, and now just want to add the final touches to the game before I port it to the SNES. Yeah, so here let's have a look at the final few things that I have to do to get this game complete before I start the actual SNES version. I'm quite strict about that. I mean, I could start the port now, because that's really what I want to do. That's what I'm really passionate about, is making the SNES games. This is going to be my first SNES game, so I'm really passionate about making the SNES games, but I won't let myself venture down that path until I've got a complete port in the browser. I've added a few new features as well, but first let's have a look at the things that are missing. As you can see, this is how the game begins. It's a card game, and you're supposed to bet the amount you want to play in the beginning. But here, if you look over the left where my cursor is pointing there, this area is not meant to be like that. That happened, it's basically, this area is not drawing any graphics, so whatever gets drawn there remains there. As you saw earlier, there was like a fader screen that came in and out, and that's kind of left its marks there. So because this was as I said, a PC game written in C, it was running with DirectX. It was not supporting this widescreen resolution. This is 480p resolution. And so when I converted the game to 480p, I ended up with extra space that I need to fill in. So I've decided to draw some graphics and just place them there. So I've got the graphics that I've sketched out that are going to be scanned in here. Here are the graphics. They don't look like much, but trust me, when they're finished, they're going to look a lot better. Here over the left, this is going to go on the left here, on the left hand side here. This is going to be like 2 trash cans and a wall with some sort of poster on the wall with a drain pipe coming down. It doesn't really look like much. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. Yeah, and on the right hand side, you haven't seen the right hand side of this, not this side. There's another screen to the right of this. When the actual game finishes, it scrolls to that direction, and I'll put the link up for the game so you'll be able to play it if you're interested. So on the right hand side, we're going to have a door. Yeah, we're going to have a door, so it's going to be quite nice. Alright, I'll have a quick scan of this. I'll put this in the scanner and see what we can get on the PC. Okay, now I've finished the scanning, and as you can see, the picture's been placed inside Photoshop, and I've already done the left hand side, the 2 trash cans. I've already painted those in. So this is the before and the after. So I think that's kind of tidied up quite nicely. Yeah, so that's the left hand side done, and I'll quickly just show you how that looks in the game. So yeah, I've just finished the image and I've uploaded it to the site, and I've altered the code as well. So let's just have a look to see what it looks like. Let's refresh the actual page. Okay, we can skip this. Let's have a look. And there it is on the left with the new graphic. I think it's turned out quite nice. So like I said, I have to get the door doing is on the right hand side. I have to finish the door as well, and yeah, keep tuned for that. Alright, I've managed to finish the door graphics now. As you can see, this is how the door was when we initially scanned it, and this is how it is now. I think it didn't turn out quite bad, to be honest with you. As you can see, we don't need the entire door, simply because we need to put it in the right edge, which is about 100 pixels or so in width. I'm using a bit more. I'm using 122 pixels because I want this doorstep to overlap the actual background, to give it a more of a, break up the scene a bit and make it feel a bit less uniform. So yeah, so that's the actual final door bitmap. Doesn't look too bad. Just for, see, so we scanned it in, and that's the final image. I've already included it in the game. So here's the game. Just play the final round. This has music as well. So this is Keera's Pishdi, this game, and just play the last few cards. The screen will actually scroll and we will see the door. Okay, she's lost. I've won 36 cards and she's won 14. So here's the screen scrolling now, and there's the door. Previously this was, as the first screen, it was just not drawing anything to that particular area, but now I've included the door, so it makes a nice addition, I think. Okay, just put the volume down on that. So yeah, that's it, guys. This is my this is the web version of Keera's Pishdi. As I said, this is actually a C program which was running with DirectX on the PC, and the C program's been taken and it's been ported to HTML5 and JavaScript. And as I said, I'll include the link at the bottom of the description of the video so you can play this game. But now the actual web version is complete. So now I'm going to be taking that same code and porting it to the Super Nintendo. I'm not actually going to be using the original source code from Keera's Pishdi, the C version. And that's really weird. I mean, anybody who's done any kind of Super Nintendo programming will know that C is the preferred, porting language for SNES. But I'm actually going to be using the JavaScript version, and there is a good reason why. As I said, this code was written a few years ago, maybe close to 10 years ago. This game was released for the PC, just like the years of experience, and just I've become a better coder, I hope. And bug fixes, I've done a few bug fixes here and there, added improvements, and I've tidied up the code as well. I've kind of really become really strict on how I actually format my code. And the C code, I mean, you can have a look here. I'll show you very quickly. This is the original C code. As you can see, like, there's tabs all over the place and spaces, and I don't know if the camera can pick that up, but there's just like so many spaces. Things are all misaligned, and anyway, and this port wasn't exactly small either. I mean, the original C, there's a C version, and now that's been ported to JavaScript. The original C version was close to 14,000 lines of C code, and it had additional stuff like a menu screen and options screen, because PC games, you need to allow the users to switch between full screen and all different kind of graphics modes and sound options and all that kind of stuff. So I've removed a lot of stuff because this is a web game. It doesn't actually need those features in the web game. So instead of using the C code, which I've already ported to JavaScript and tidied up a lot, I mean, it took a long time for me to format that C code into clean JavaScript layout. As you can see, some code here, like, it's all neat. There's no unnecessary new lines. There's the tabbing is all nice and neat. Unnecessary comments have been removed. There was a lot of silly things, silly comments. I've removed those as well. And as I said, I mean, I've removed a lot of code, and this here is from here to here to that file there is the actual all the JavaScript files, and I've removed probably like 5 or 6, and they were quite substantial in size. I mean, they were like a few thousand lines of code. I mean, I've reduced the JavaScript version probably by a factor of 2, half the size as it was before. And yeah, so now I'm going to be using that JavaScript and actually taking this game, and the resolution of this game is, previously the PC version was 640 by 480. The web version, I decided to go for 480p, which is 840 by 480. So now I'm going to take that and I'm going to actually port it to the SNES, and the SNES resolution is a lot smaller. I think it's 256 by 231, but don't quote me on that. It's somewhere around there. Anyway, it's a lot smaller, so these graphics will need to be tidied up. The source code will need to be rewritten, reported from JavaScript back to C. What else? The sound needs to be ported as well. So, stay tuned. That's what I'll be doing in this video series. This is the first part of Keera's Pishdi. The game being ported to SNES, to the Super Nintendo, and just to let you know, the word Pishdi is actually Turkish. It comes from the actual card game, and Keera's my cat. Well, my cat when I was initially making this game, and yeah, so it's Keera's Pishdi. If you want to play this game, like I said, I'll include a link in the description of the video. Please like, comment and subscribe.